This is the University Librarian, Bree Kirsch, and today I want to talk a little bit about some of our resources that can help you with your research in emergency management. So first off, I wanted to mention that I created a library guide to support your class. The URL is briarcliff.libguides.com/CJUS375. And this is what the library guide looks like. I have some videos here about search strategies. So in other words, creating search phrases and some search strategies, including Boolean operators. So if you do a really long search phrase like you would in Google, it won't bring up results in the databases. What you want to do is use and, or not to connect your search terms to create a search phrase. So I definitely recommend checking out these two videos on the left-hand side. And if you have time, watch this third video for Boolean modifiers, which will talk about quotation marks, asterisk, and parentheses. Finally, here's a grumpy cat visual for the Boolean operators. For example, and searches for grumpy and cute cat, you get grumpy cat results because it searches for both your terms. If you do or, it brings up grumpy results, cute cat results, as well as grumpy cat, so all three. So and narrows your search, or broadens it, and not excludes the second term. So please do check out the videos if you have time. That will really help clear up the search strategies. And I wanted to mention we do have some helpful websites listed here, including the Disaster Information Management Research Center, the FEMA website, Institution of Hazardous Materials Management, as well as CBRNE resources, and the Sioux City Hazardous Materials site. Under library databases, these are 4 databases I would recommend using for your research for this class. I've linked to them here. They are Academic OneFile, JSTOR, ProQuest Central, and Psych Articles. You can also get there from the library's homepage. So this is the library's homepage. If you scroll down, if you click on databases, then this is our big list of databases, and just scroll down until you get to the databases you want. For example, if I wanted to show you ProQuest Central, I would just click ProQuest Central, and that will bring up the database. So to do a quick example search for you using ProQuest Central, I decided to focus on blizzards, since that is one of the natural disasters your professor mentioned you might be researching. And I know you want to find out about hazards, risks, mitigation, response, and recovery for these different disasters. So my search I used was on blizzard and hazard. Again, that's that Boolean operator and there. And risk with an asterisk, so that will bring up results with different endings. For example, risk, risks, risking, etc. Mitigate with an asterisk will bring up mitigate, mitigates, mitigating, etc. And response and recovery. So let's do a quick search and see what we get. And sometimes it'll take a little while to load. So I'm going to go ahead and limit it to full text articles. And at this point I won't limit it to peer reviewed, I just want to see how many we get. Okay, 521, that's still a lot, so I will limit to peer reviewed. And that shrinks it to 101 results. That's a lot easier to look through. And if I scroll down, you can see there are other limiter options. So if I want more recent articles, I could limit it by date range. I could also limit it by publication title. So for example, natural hazards might be a helpful resource to go to, or GeoJournal. I can also limit by document type. For example, if I want full articles or features. I can also limit by subject, so this might be really helpful if you have too many results to go through. I can go in and click on disasters or emergency preparedness, etc. So if I just show you one of these articles, for example this second one, Strengthening Emergency Preparedness in Higher Ed Through Hazard Vulnerability Analysis. This gives me the abstract, and it highlights my search terms in yellow. So if I scroll down, you can see it mentions hazards a lot, mitigating factors, etc. So it's a fairly lengthy article. If I go all the way to the bottom, it does have the list of references here. So if you want to find more related articles, you can do it that way. And then if I go back up to the top, I can also look at the related items on the side, I can then download the PDF for this article. I can also click Cite, and that will bring up the different citation style options. So for example, if I were using APA 6th edition, I would copy and paste this into my paper, but make sure you double check it because there's always lots of little errors in this, so it's not always 100% accurate. So definitely make sure you check your citation, but this is a good starting point for creating your citation. And you can email it or save it, but I usually tend to like downloading it and then saving it that way, because then I make sure it didn't just save the article information. So here is the actual PDF. If you scroll down, this is what the article looked like in print. And then I could save it on my computer somewhere or print it, etc. So briefly, that is an example search in ProQuest Central. And again, if I go back to my results, if you do have questions, feel free to stop by the front desk in the library or contact me directly if you do have questions. The library guide that I created will be up for the rest of the semester, so please feel free to use that, and I hope it's helpful for you. Thank you.